There's another universe. Please make some noise.
Hey my little raggedies, what is up? How are we doing today? How are we feeling? If you are new here, I am Raina Swan, aka your new big bestie, aka Big Raggedy. Okay, I know that's right, period. Clock it. So today we are just talking about the books I'm gonna be reading in June. And you guys, I really spent a lot of time being very mindful of what I wanted to read. I'm even thinking about DNFing one of the books I'm currently reading. Like, I'm being very, very picky with my time, because who wants to read a boring book or a book that just isn't for them, right? Period. So the goal every month is to always read 12 books, because I'm trying to read 150 books this year. Now, I was just telling someone that next year I'm not gonna set a goal. I'm just gonna read for vibes. I'm not gonna have a monthly goal, nothing. I'm just gonna pick up and kill it and kill it and kill it. Right now, I am currently reading 4 books. So I'm reading Break Her Silence with the Serial Squad, which is a new serial killer squad? I think it's a serial killer squad over on Fable. If I'm not saying the name right, I'll put it on the screen if I remember. And Hurricane Summer with our book club, the official chapter chat. And then I'm reading Boomtown, which is an arc by Nick Stone that's being released in October. And then I'm reading Baby Teeth, which is kind of like a creepy horror novel about a creepy kid. And I'm trying to decide if I want to DNF the book, because Baby Teeth isn't bad. If you like books with creepy, eerie children, then you would like Baby Teeth. However, the more I was thinking about it last night and really getting into like the characters, I started to get annoyed, and I started to feel like, okay, this is kind of dumb. So Baby Teeth is basically about a mom who is on the verge of a mental breakdown because her child is just naughty. Y'all, she is non-speaking. She can read, she can write, but she just chooses not to speak. And she's very naughty with her mom, but turns into a complete angel around her dad. And so for me, I'm just thinking to myself like, Mama, why are you not communicating with your husband what your child has been doing? Regardless of how she's acting in front of him, why aren't you telling him that she's writing fuck you on papers and pissing and pooping on floors and stealing jewelry? Why aren't you communicating these things? And then it's clear, it's so obvious that the little girl is acting up with the mom because she knows that the mom doesn't like her. She can feel that the mom does not see it for little Hannah. I think that's the girl name. So I'm just trying to think like, how could this escalate? How could this end? Like, I don't think I really care to know. I don't know. Because I'm like, the little girl, she need a butt whooping, but I don't think that's going to fix it. I feel like she needs a hug. So I don't know. So that's one of the books that I'm reading. And then, like I said, I am reading Hurricane Summer, which is about Tilla, who is from foreign. She's from Canada. Her and her sister, they're visiting their father on the island of Jamaica, which is supposed to be a nice little summer vacation. But Tilla's dad is the true definition of a deadbeat daddy. Like, he's one of them ones that want to come and take a picture of your kid just so they can post it on Facebook. about how great of a father they are, even though they don't check on their kid. Yeah, he is one of them Negroes. So Tilla is on this island, really struggling with the fact that she's in this man's presence, and she know he's not a good man, but everybody on the island just loves him, loves his dirty draws. And she is trying to figure out, like, and then you got her little sister. She can't remember the bad times because she was just so young. And so now Tilla is on this island feeling so alone. And, you know, it's just been an emotional ride. Everybody that has been reading this in the club is pissed off because Tilla's father and his family just are full of clowns. It's a whole circus on the island, y'all. And everybody just needs a deep breath and an ass whooping. Boop, boop, that's just what they need, because the way they are treating Miss Tilla, and she's just a child, hands and feet to face, hands and feet to face, line it up. Except for Andre. Andre, her cousin, is my absolute favorite. And that's another thing. It's exploring themes of colorism that I knew the Jamaicans was going through, but just reading it is pissing me off. Okay, just, yeah. So far, I'm enjoying it. I think, what is this? I'm like 60% in. You know, I got some ways to go. I do. But I'm trying to slow down because it's just the first week of June. And, you know, I just want to slow down so I can give other people time in our book club to catch up. So, yeah. Like I said, the other book I'm reading is Break Her Silence with the serial killer squad. And it is about a new agent. Her name is Merritt. She is getting her feet wet with her first crime, which is a serial killer case. They found 4 skulls in a newly purchased home hidden in a basement. And she's on the case with her boss, and they're trying to get down to the bottom of how the skulls have gotten there, how long they've been there, who had the house first, who done did what. And in the midst of them trying to track down who these skulls belong to and who put them there, there is a new body that is discovered just a little bit of ways from the house that the skulls were found in. And so I'm having a good time reading this with that book club. I think I'm only like 30% in, but this is also another club that does 1 book a month. So I know I'm going to be able to finish this before June is over. And then Boomtown by Nick Stone. I am 14% into that. And this one is a little bit different for me. It is about strippers who are going missing in the city of Atlanta. There seems to be a pattern of this one particular guy who keeps popping up at the strip club. And one of the girls that works there, she's trying to get down to the bottom of why your ass keep coming in here, and every time your ass come in here, motherfuckers come up missing. So she's trying to get down to the bottom of it. It's very, very different from what we have seen from Nick Stone in the past. And I don't know, I've never read like a book that is centered around strippers. So it's taking me a minute to kind of get into it, you know? But I got until October to finish this, but I'm going to try to finish it this month. I think I only have like 200 pages left. I don't know. So we shall see. And now for the physical books that I plan on reading. Okay. Let's see. That was 4. I know I took one of them off the list. I'll probably do an Amazon audio novella because the book that I did have in this pile was The Hate You Give. When I put it in this stack and then I picked all these books up and I started to read the synopsis so I can know what each book is about for y'all, I realized that The Hate You Give is another police brutality YA book. And if you saw my last video, you guys know I'm kind of not done with YA per se, but done with that whole police brutality theme. So I will eventually get to The Hate You Give, but I'm just not gonna read it this month because I don't want to. I don't want to, okay? And so yeah, but what I am loving the fact that I get to pick out books with you guys on this channel, and then you guys get to actually see me read said books. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I'm getting through the bulk of a lot of these books. And yeah, let's get into Burner and what it's about. So Burner is about Shane, who has just been arrested for domestic terrorism. And people are expecting that he is behind the account Burner_911, and he in that account is the leader of a massive populist movement. And once Shane gets arrested, this huge cult-like following that this Burner911 account has abducts the tech billionaire's daughter, Chloe. Now, Chloe is at the mercy of Burner911's followers, and she's starting to see why they're so pissed off, and she's starting to sympathize with their movement and everything that they're trying to do to get some change. But what the following doesn't know is that Chloe and Shane are secretly dating. And Chloe is not only trying to, understand the people who have abducted her, she's also trying to exonerate Shane and say like, hey, that's not his account. Like, let my mans go. So I am really, really interested in reading this book, and I was telling Marcus about this book last night, and he was like, yeah, go ahead and read that so you can tell me how it ends. And I'm like, sir, why don't you pick it up and read it yourself, okay? Marcus is a non-fiction kind of guy. We're working on it, friends. It's hey. Okay, so he was like, yes, that's the one you should read because I want to know how it ends. So we're going to do this one. It is not something that I normally read, but we're jumping out of the airplane and doing something different, okay? But yeah, so I'll probably get to that one soon so I can tell Marcus about it and then come back and tell y'all about it too. Next on the list, we have The Nothing Man. And The Nothing Man is about Eve Black, who is the only survivor of the attack that was placed on her family when she was 12. A serial killer called The Nothing Man came in and killed her whole family, and she survived. Now, years later, she is obsessed with that crime and who the killer is and getting down to the bottom of it. She's even wrote a book about it. And Jim, a supermarket security guard, he is reading this book, he's eating it up, and the more he's reading it, the more he's realizing that she is pretty close to discovering that he is the Nothing Man. And he is like, I need to tie up some loose strings. I imagine that he is gonna take a trip down memory lane and find Eve and try to get her to shut the hell up. We are going to be getting into this month, okay? Normally I would try to read all my spooky, scary, hilarious books in October, but I said, you know what? There's no time like the present. Let's get into it. So next on the list, we have Angel of Greenwood. And this is another one that's probably going to piss me off this year, or this month really. And I might be okay with that. You have 17-year-old Isaiah, who is a little bit of a rebel. He's a poet, he is a reader, and he likes to shake things up around town. Then you have 16-year-old Angel Hill, who is a loner, a church girl. The adults in the community, they really love her. They think she's a great influence on the other kids in the neighborhood. And Isaiah, he ain't really noticed Angel until she did a dance at their church. And one of his teachers at his school, they have a kind of like a bookstore on wheels type of thing going. And they've assigned Isaiah and Angel to work at this shop in the afternoons. And so now Isaiah can't wait. He is so interested in spending his evenings with Angel. And then all of a sudden, trouble comes to town. The Ku Klux Klan shows up, starting shit like they always do. And then, expect them to burn some shit up and piss you off if you plan on reading this month with me. I don't know, y'all. Why would I do this? Okay, look, they in the back fighting, throwing them bows, and the building is burnt down in the back. This about to piss me. This is about to piss me off. I can just feel it in the air. Okay, so next on the list, I do have We Met? This has been on my show for a while. I said, Raina, all these books up here, you've read most of them. That's beautiful. But there is a select few up here that you have not read. Chop, chop. Come, hurry up. So I plucked this off my shelf and we're gonna get into it this month. This is about Corinne, who has recently lost her best friend to cancer. She moves to a new state, and for some reason, some random ass dating app pops up on her phone called Met. And Met is saying she has 4 matches and one of them is her soulmate. And she's like, oh, I don't know about all that, because I'm now dating this new man that I've met in real life and I actually like him. But I don't know if I should listen to this app. So she's in this new city. She is dealing with trying to find love. She has a new friend group that is hilarious, has her back, supportive. And then she's dealing with her goofy ass family that can be a little bit annoying at times. So, you know, this has about like a 3-point-something rating on Goodreads, but I don't know, I think I'm in the mood for love. So we'll see how it ends. You know, I'm gonna come back and tell you what I thought. And y'all know I'm a romance visitor, so don't expect much out of me. Okay, next on the list, we have the Bookshop Sisterhood. And now every time I see a book with 4 friends, I immediately think of Count on Me to Think It Be a Friendship That Will Never. Or like, I don't know what it is. I think Waiting to Exhale. So this is about 4 friends who is opening up a bookstore, and right as they're about to cut the ribbon on said bookstore, all hell breaks loose. Okay, one of them wins a lottery ticket that's not really helping. Okay, the other one is going through a messy divorce. Another one's marriage is almost on the brinks of collapsing completely. And then one of them gets devastating news right before her marriage. Okay, and they have to be there for each other and see each other through their grief, and not necessarily put their dreams on the back burner, but push each other forward to get this bookshop open. So I'm expecting cozy, cutesy vibes and a story that's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna keep in mind when I read these books that, Raina, you're not gonna get action. Just enjoy the ride. Okay, enjoy the ride. Okay, so next on the list, I talked about this, I guess, 2 videos ago. Local missing woman. You have one woman who goes missing, and then some time later, another woman and her daughter goes missing. The daughter comes back 12 years later. Everybody's trying to figure out where your ass been and where your mama at. She got the answers, but she don't know if they ready for the answers. Then you got some people that just don't want her to tell where the hell she been at. Okay? And who knows what they willing to do to get her to shut the fuck up. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading this month. We're getting through it. All the books you guys are seeing me buy, I'm reading them, okay? Damn, Libby. All the books I'm seeing online, you know, I'm putting those to the back burner. We're getting to it. We're getting through it. And then last on the list is Just for the Summer, okay? I'm going to be reading this with our good friend Tori on Instagram, Tori Denise, and we're reading this because we have mommy issues. Just like our friend in here, little Miss Emma, okay? So Emma, she feels like she's cursed. Every guy she dates ends up finding the love of his life after they break up. And Emma don't like that. She don't like that shit at all. But Emma also sees a thread on Reddit from a guy named Justin who's going through the same thing. He too is dating and then breaking up, and then his exes are finding the love of their life once they're done with him. And so they're thinking that, you know, Emma and Justin are thinking like, maybe if we get together, we can cancel out the curse. But Emma didn't expect him to be that damn fine. And she didn't think he would be that funny. But then also, Emma's toxic mother shows up, and Justin has to resume guardianship of his 3 siblings. So I can imagine that they're going to find solace and comfort within each other during this hard time when their families are being thrown into their life and creating a lot of stress for them. So we're going to be getting into it and seeing how it unfolds. And this will be my first Abby Jimenez book. I know that there are 2 other books in this series before this one, but after talking to Tori, she was like, girl, you don't really have to read those other 2 books. I mean, you could, but you don't really have to. I mean, the characters from the other books are mentioned in this book, but it's just like a blip in the novel. And I was like, okay, girl, you know, because I really didn't want to read the other 2 books. So, and there's always Google. If there's something that pops up, then I'm just like, hold on, who is that? What happened here? So, yeah. Anywho, thank you for sticking around to the end. If you've made it, tell me which book I should pick up next after I'm done with the 4 books that I'm reading. I'm still debating on if I should DNF Baby Teeth. Let me know what y'all think about that. And out of all these books, let me know what I should read next. Which ones sound the most interesting to you? Drop it down in the comments and help your girl out, because there's so many different genres in this stack. And yeah, take a screenshot if you need to. And then let me know what you think I should read next, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.